Try.
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Go for it.
Yes. Okay.
Cowgirl. Meg.
Who's that?
I don't know what the hell.
That's you, Michael.
What's that?
That's you.
That's Ben.
No, it's not.
Birthday. This is Michael.
Jesus, Aaron knows her brothers.
All right.
They're my cousins. I even know
Oh my God.
them. Okay. Okay.
Wait a minute. What happened to Paige? Is he there with you?
Oh, I'm on Mom's right now, but we got a social
Hey, Annie.
distance, you know.
All right. Are you guys together, Michael?
Hey?
You and your mom are together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Hi, Pete, in the back.
I couldn't get
we're just having
on my phone.
Not to everybody yet.
Oh, that's perfect.
Well,
Michael and Paige, Ross and Sandy. Jesus.
People have got their cowboy hats
Ross.
on.
Oh,
Aaron's
Oh,
there,
you're
Ben's
back
there,
now.
Mike's there,
Yeah.
Emily's there,
Awesome.
Megan.
Ross.
Yes.
Oh, it's the police too. I was gonna say it.
I don't
It's from
see
Norway.
Andrew yet. Linda,
cover.
Jack, Sandy and
Oh.
Ross, Paige.
Aaron,
Hi.
that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Aaron.
I've
That's
actually
awesome.
liked them all. You look good in hats.
Let me
How
try
do you
to
get
say
promoted
it.
to
Over
the
Christmas right
middle
now. I don't know
square?
what she's doing. I
Hi,
have the
Meg.
board on for some reason. I don't know.
All right, you hoodlums. I've just muted everybody. Sandy, Ross, are you ready to start leading us off in happy birthday? And I'll unmute everybody. You with me? Give me a thumbs up.
How do I
Maybe.
turn the record off?
That's just means it's being recorded, I think.
I don't want it to be.
But you're not recording it.
Okay. All right.
Paige, what
I
kind of
need-
leaves did you make your crown out of, your hat?
It's whatever I could reach in the closet for.
Oh, it's growing in there.
We're going back to the days of ancient Greece.
Okay, should we go over the words? Like, I'll say the words and then you repeat back. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Can Ron
to
hear
you.
all of it?
I can hear.
Because it's too many ones.
Oh, oh, damn. Well, okay, Catherine, can you hear Catherine and I at the same time?
I don't know.
Because maybe,
Sandy, go girl.
Catherine, you sing. Ready?
You sing.
Together we'll sing.
Okay.
Happy birthday to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Everybody, happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Dear
dear
Ron.
Ron.
happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to you.
Thanks a lot. See you next year.
Okay, now you're
Lots
gonna
of
hit.
jazz hands.
Yeah, you're not here?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
we're ready to go.
We're ready to go, and we're going
Okay.
to start
Unofficially, we're underway.
with Katie and John.
Okay, 1 second. Yes.
Oh,
We have a
maybe
slight
we just
technical
want-
thing. 1 second, give me a second.
because everybody, it's just everybody's talking right now.
How do I take them on the full screen, Linda?
I don't think Kate's hat is big enough. Can somebody let her know?
Hi, Andrew.
Long time.
Okay.
Linda, how do you bring that one who's ever talking up to full screen?
Change the view, Ron, in the upper right corner from gallery to speaker.
It's got the red-winged blackbirds in the background.
Can you hear this theme song?
Did it just all disappear?
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
You remember this? You might not know this, but Ron used to play this on the piano. Oh, Peter Gunn. And thank you. So Ron used to play Peter Gunn quite well. So when he was a
That's
kid,
the only one I played, I guess.
I know, but it was good. And Betty Houston kept him playing the piano with the inspiration of contemporary pieces like Peter Gunn. And he used to come home and just pound that one out after his lesson. It was really good. So among his other accomplishments, yes, he could play the piano. Anyway, happy birthday and happy Easter to everybody. Ron, Unique individual is an understatement. So yes, he was a pianist, athlete, the Canadian boy's dream, hockey player, every sport, catcher in softball, football, later whitewater canoeing. There wasn't a sport Ron didn't try. Teacher, teacher, counselor, coach, loyal friend, and ultimately Ron, family guy. He really is the family guy. And if you want to know anything about what's happening in the family, just give Ron a call and he'll let you know.
Well, that's sweet. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kate, I meant to tell you this last week, and congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
engagement.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you ready, Gord? Okay, John, welcome to the family in a new way. I mean, you've been in the family for a while, but now you're in a committed way.
Oh.
And Gord, you can pick up on that, right?
Wow. He's been committed many different ways. Now it's time.
Yeah, okay. So, hey, flip it over to my background, okay? Now, Megan, here's,
Oh, yeah.
you see that? Yeah, got it?
Yep.
Got it. Very cute.
Okay, so on the day Kate was born, it was a morning, and I was out at recess, and I just beat up a guy pretty bad. And the supervisor of the playground called me in, told me to go into the school and report. So I thought I was in big doo-doo, so I was trying to figure out what to say to the principal. And when I walk in, Robin Favors said, "Ronnie, you have a baby sister." And so, Kate, you bailed me out.
Oh, good.
And
Once of many
I
times.
think you've
Ron.
been bailing me out for years. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to continue. All right. So what I wanted to say is Ron is a passionate Canadian in history and politics, which we won't get into.
Good
Seeker of
idea.
knowledge, constantly curious, that never stops, and a lover of nature. If you want to know anything about trees, mountains, rivers, particularly in Western Canada, he would be the best tour guide ever, as you all know. He's a philosopher of, and especially respect of Aboriginal culture and teachings, and he could quote anything from Chief Dan George. And there was a poster that he had in his bedroom in his university days that had every quote you can imagine. It was just full of them. And the one I remember was, "Don't criticize trappers with skins on the wall."
Yeah.
Anyway, Ron's also, as he was saying, a champion of the underdog. So if you didn't do what he liked, look out, you had a bruise on your arm. But really, there was an incident. I remember, I think you said you were in grade 8. Mom was also teaching in the public school, and Donnie Chan, who was a kid in Shaunavon, obviously Asian, the principal made a disparaging remark, and Ron stood up to him. The principal cuffed him with his ring on, and he got a black eye. So he came home at lunch, and he had this big black eye. And Mom said, "Where'd you get the black eye?" And he went, "I fell." Yeah. And then there was a guy named John Stratilla. So John Stratilla was this guy in Shaunavon who was kind of marginalized, didn't have a lot of friends. He was technically, in those days, he would have said maybe a bit slow, but a really sweet guy. And Ron took him under his arm, under his wing, and he always came, and our place was a pool where all the guys came to play pool. So John Stratilla was always down there, and through Ron's kindness, all the other guys started to accept him too. And I'll never forget that. It was nice. Anyway, he's a storyteller. We all know the Bruce Beatty train story. Do you know a guy who can recite lyrics from the beginning of a song to the end of a song verbatim? So anyway, he may be the guy who lives in a log cabin, wears a raccoon hat, has a fence of many colors, but he is so connected to so many people by his actions, his deeds, and his heart. Always supportive, seeking a positive approach. Ron, you've always paddled your own canoe. Keep the whitewater rafting going. Have a lot of fun. And when you get through the rapids, that tranquil place is the place you all want to be. Anyway, he's a great, great guy, and we love him a lot. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much, Kate.
Yeah.
Interesting. Where am I? Oh, I gotta figure this out. Yeah, so John Stratillo phoned me today, and earlier this week, he sent me this card. Haley Wickenheiser,
Yeah.
Jonathan's all-purpose person.
Yeah.
You know, she's down there. Oh God, she does everything. She's becoming a medical doctor, but yeah, okay. So, yeah,
That's nice.
yeah, that's great.
Pretty
That
nice.
was, Katie was really, really nice to you, and I have 2 words to say, Ron.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's balance it out now, John.
I know we will.
Okay.
So it only goes on for about 10 pages, but I'll try to make it as quick.
Linda,
as
you
I
can shut it off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, everybody else there, I've known Ron for about 10 years. I think so.
Seems like 100, but that's okay.
And Ron is a very, very kind soul.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give you some insight into his psyche.
Oh, God help us.
God help us.
God help us.
Which I learned from Ron. Actually, no, like the first one is Ron's modesty. Ron was this unbelievable hockey player, athlete. He was a ski bum.
Yeah.
He was a ski bum. And when he played hockey, he played at a junior level. I played hockey. I wasn't close to that level. And Ron tried out for the Canadian junior hockey team.
The Nationals.
He should have made it, and he didn't. And you know why? Because Ron said he learned that the sponsor was more important than the coach.
Molson's, eh?
I know that son of a bitch. But and then his hockey went on to college. And of course, he doesn't share those incredible hockey moments. Katie said Ron could skate faster backwards than Gene could drive the car forward. And most other people in Saskatchewan.
That's true.
Yeah.
Page 4.
There's a time limit on this.
Yep.
But but I also have to add that when Ron was playing his junior hockey, he traveled so much in buses, he could probably drive one.
Yeah.
And you will know today that when Ron travels, it's a train, it's a ship, it's an RV, but it is no friggin' bus.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing,
Don, I gotta tell you, when that Humboldt crash happened 2 years ago,
yeah,
I think every one of us that rode those buses in junior hockey started crying
Oh.
Yep.
because we
absolutely.
were all close several times to having the same thing happen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
so we like you in a train. As long as you're not driving it.
I got a train story later on, yeah.
Okay.
A short one though.
So
Okay,
now,
good.
all right, so now I'm going to talk to you about Ron's entrepreneurial spirit.
Me?
Ron sold log cabins,
Yeah.
and he sold a lot. He sold so many the company couldn't keep up.
True.
Although Ron lives in a cabin, you can simply imagine what it would have been like to purchase a cabin from Ron. It'd be 2 hours of talking weather, politics, several jokes, and then he would only need about a half an hour to close the deal. I think Ron has his father's genetic code with respect to entrepreneurship. If I had been around a long time ago, if I had had the opportunity of meeting you, can you believe the trailer parks, the log cabins we would have out there? Like, really? I gotta wrap it up real fast, eh? Oh, and then the last one is Ron's kindness. Ron is kind to everyone.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
John. And,
Cheers to you.
John, I have to say, you are one of the most generous people I have ever met. And you're
Nice.
really great for family, and I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we
All right.
try Meg for Aunt Catherine?
Sure, that's a good idea.
That's just great. And then we'll go to Meg, if you can loop in you. and-
Hi, guys.
That'd be great.
Mom,
I think I need to unmute.
are you still there?
Yes, Meg, we are.
Is that you with the cat, Emily?
Okay, are you, before you do, are you able to just say a happy birthday to Ron? Okay, let's just try it. Okay, hold on. Okay, Mom.
Now?
Now.
Ron, I'm not hearing a thing, but I just want to say happy birthday.
Okay, Catherine, thank you very much. I hope you hear this, but if you don't, Meg can pass it along. You've been such a great inspiration for everybody in this extended family, and I think we all just want to thank you so much for all you've done for all of us over so many decades.
Did you hear that, Mom?
Yeah, makes me cry.
She's crying. So
Well, that's the two of us, and that's really great. I'll talk to you later tonight on the phone, Kathy. And it was Meg's birthday 2 days ago.
On the 9th?
We always remembered those, each other's birthdays, yeah.
There were many moments. Yeah.
okay, Mom.
Thank you so much for getting in on this today.
I'll set the phone down, Mom, and maybe you can hear. Okay.
Because I'm really not hearing.
Okay.
It's funny, Ron.
Mom, I've got to go. I've got to talk. Apparently, it's.
Pardon me?
I'm just gonna put the phone down, okay?
So what do I do? If
Just
I,
listen in or not.
oh, I think I'll just hang up. My ears getting.
I heard that.
That's all fair and true. That's true to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom. Bye. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Awesome.
Happy
Doing
birthday,
that, Meg.
Ron. We already talked this morning.
Yeah. I love your outfit.
You look
So,
amazing.
Belongs in merit.
I have to tell you,
Hopefully we can get that country music festival going again out there.
there is, yeah, not so much.
That
This
would be
hat,
great. What's that?
this hat
Yeah.
it was Doc's.
Aw.
Ah, yes.
Can you see the snake skin?
Yes, I
Yes.
sure can. I got a belt like that.
He shot that snake.
Oh,
Wow.
well,
So it's I have it hanging on my wall in my spare room, but for you, I put it on.
yeah, I love that teapot, whatever in the background there.
My candles, these are my candle holders.
Okay. Well, Meg, you're in a really tough situation now in caregiving. So God bless you and all the people you're helping.
I'm actually not doing very much.
Well, maybe you can't right now, but when you're working, you sure do. And you just don't burn out. Because
I'm working from
they,
home.
they need people like you.
I'm doing some just some projects that I can do at home. I don't have much to do with families right now, so that's up to the other social workers. They get to do.
Yeah,
the
but you were working in your garden this morning, right?
Pardon?
You were working in a garden this morning.
Yeah, I was.
And I was shoveling snow, so like.
Really?
You know, let's get things in perspective here.
Well, Ron, listen, you have an awesome birthday, and
I am.
let's get back to letting everybody. Pardon?
It's underway. It's happening right now.
Okay, good.
Present, yeah.
All right.
I'm going to
Happy
spotlight
birthday.
Andrew and Frankie.
Oh, me.
Thanks so much, Meg.
Oh, I was already on mute. Okay. So Ron, I wrote you a little poem.
Okay.
Great.
I've been pondering what to say about Ron, my uncle from Alberta and Saskatchewan. Do I talk about all our green van road trips, Megan and I fighting in the back seat when we were kids? Or what about the trains roaring by your log cabin homestead in the middle of the night when everyone is in bed? Never bothered Ron. Or perhaps I should mention Ron's teaching youngins for several many years. Don't know how you did it. As a former youth myself, teens are one of my greatest fears. Or maybe I should make reference to our mutual distaste of corporate and state power and its ever-quickening pace. Or what about travel, Ron? You've been to much more of the world and seen some sights. But in the post-COVID era, maybe less cruises and maybe more flights? But I think for me, what stands up and above the rest is your storytelling ability. That's the best. Here's to more stories, more travel, more years. Here's to many more birthdays, so cheers. So happy birthday to my Uncle Ron. Let's all hope this quarantine doesn't last too long.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You should be a
And
writer.
I guess
And
I'll,
Andrew,
yeah.
I want to say this. I often ask myself to describe a person in one word. And that's a really interesting psychological thing to do because you have to get rid of a lot of the borderline stuff to come up with a word. And when you get the right word, you know it. And for you, Andrew, in this family, it's sage. So,
Wow, sage.
for it, man.
Thanks, Ron.
Oh, sage. I mean,
Yeah.
knowledgeable.
Oh.
Knowing.
Not parsley or rosemary?
Now,
Yeah, where's Frankie? Is Frankie beside you there?
I don't know if that was good or
I'm just
bad.
about to go. That was a good one, Ross. I'm just about to go. Frankie is just, I think he's ready-ish.
Oh no. Oh great.
Okay, let me just make sure this is set up all right.
Oh
There
great.
we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's my roommate,
Press
Frankie, for
back.
those who don't know.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
So I did put together a cute little piece.
Good.
It involves a little bit of an inside joke, and there is one curse word. I am so sorry. Are there any babies? Oh my God, there's a baby. Hi.
Don't worry, babies don't understand.
Babies don't understand. Okay, cool. Party. So, yes, oh my God, hey, oh my God, everyone's here. Hello, Megan.
Ah,
All right,
Frankie.
I will get to singing. I'll shut up.
Yeah.
This song is called Ron. A little bit of a sound check. Can you guys hear the piano?
Yes.
What about me?
Yeah.
Excellent, perfect. All right. Ron talks about me at all the parties. He knows compliments are my favorite food. I'm full. Yet he's still a figure of mystery. I admit I don't know much about the dude. He seemed to like when I said that I met Joan of Arc. He even laughed when I said that she was a bitch. But there is something I neglected to say. When I first said that, I was meeting the whole family for the first time. And I wanted to make a good first impression. I didn't want to get too weird because it was the first time that Andrew debuted me as the roommate. But there is something else about when I met Joan of Arc that I left out. And it was that I was the one that started the fire. And it was hilarious. This is your birthday song, Ron. Not your typical birthday spiel. The happy birthday, the happiest of birthdays to you, Ron. Yes, climate change is real. Thank you.
We're keeping this unpolitical. Okay, well, Frankie, thank you for that. But I'd like to especially thank you for the song that you sang last week to Kate and John. That was just awesome.
Thank you very much. I like to make people laugh, and I hope there were a couple of jokes in there. I'm hopped up on caffeine right now. I am on another planet, but happy birthday to you. Yes, once this quarantine's all over, it'd be great to see everybody face to face again.
Yeah, for sure.
Got it.
And hopefully for a wedding in, well, who knows, Mississauga, maybe I don't know where we'll have it. I haven't talked. Party, yeah. Okay.
Okay, time for me to lock Frankie in his room now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Ben, can we turn to you? Thanks so much, Andrew and Frankie.
Yeah, sure. Well, I didn't write you a song.
No.
Ron. So, or a poem for that matter. So you're not getting any of that. I think most of the people have already said what needs to be said, but I'll just wish you a happy birthday, and looking forward to seeing you hopefully soon.
Okay, now, Ben, wasn't it your birthday a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
No, that's Mike's.
Oh, Mike. Okay, we'll get that sorted out.
Where's the dog, Ben?
How's the new house, Ben?
Pretty good. Oh, yeah, no, the house is really good. Where's the dog? I don't know. Hold on, see if I can.
Hey, you're in a cedar log, man.
There she is.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
There's Tor.
Where?
Puppy.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Happy
That's
birthday,
good. Glad you're on it with us.
There you go.
Who's that?
Hey, Gordon, Wendy,
Hey,
we're over to you.
Oh,
All right.
oh, the lifeguard.
we're just hitching a ride on this family party.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
are you
Happy
gonna say
birthday,
something?
Ron.
Thank you, Wendy.
Anymore?
Go ahead.
Ronnie, I don't know what to say. Kate covered all the good stuff. I won't say there's any bad stuff. All I'm going to say is your commitment to family has always been unbelievable. And as you know, your mom Jane was like a second mom to Wendy and I.
Yeah.
And there's no question that you're looking so much after her for so many times, especially when she was out west, was a very special thing for us to watch and hear about from her mouth, especially. Always appreciated your respect for my folks because they thought an awful lot of you as well, the old Shawneman connection. And our old mutual friend Doc Houston was more than willing to share many a story of his exploits with you, with me. And I always enjoyed the fact that you and I got to spend some pretty interesting conversations at all weird kinds of hours. And there's one word that I would use for, or one descriptor I will use for you. You were the Harper Whisperer, and you kept trying to convert me, but it was never going to happen.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Incidentally, Gord, I just heard that Doug Houston's treatment is working out. So that's fabulous because a month ago it looked like it was hopeless.
Yeah, I think I understand from my brother Rich that he's waiting for an experimental drug, and it was still to come, but I'm not sure. That was just a couple of days ago, so I'm not sure where he's at on that one. But that's another piece of hope that goes with it.
I don't know a lot of detail. I just knew we
Yeah.
had real positive news. That's great.
We'll
I
just
was down in Shaunavon with Mel Rawlik on in August, and we went by the fire hall, and it's really properly named. And for those of you who don't know, I guess part of my hockey career is owed to Gord's dad because he was the fire chief, and I used to phone him every Wednesday night, and Thursdays they did their fire practice, and he'd always come around and flood the slough behind the hotel, and that's where I learned to skate. So he was in on all that, and yeah, so thank you. And
That's a pretty.
Wendy and Gord, you've been the best friends my sister could ever have for forever. I mean, I think, Gord, you guys met in kindergarten, and Wendy, you were across the street forever. And that friendship has lasted like it should.
Well, Ron,
You're a little weird.
Ronnie, we get as soon as we don't get to see you often, but when we do, it's just like always. You just pick up where you left off. It's lots of fun. So it's just
yeah, it is. It's good.
great having a good friend and part of the extended family. So here's to you, my friend. 72 years young and lots left in the gas tank.
Hope so.
Thank
you.
All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go to New Orleans.
All right.
Oh, awesome.
Now look at this baby. Wow. Hazel.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, y'all.
Oh, you guys. Wow.
Hazel, do you have a wave for Uncle Ron? Little wave.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Ron.
Now, where are these Huskies from?
University of Connecticut. It's where Chris's mom is getting her PhD.
Okay, well, my college team in Saskatoon was also called the Huskies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ron, we just wanted to wish you a really happy birthday and to say to the family and the friends who have all gotten together that I didn't know when Rebecca and I met you for the first time in a restaurant in South Florida as we made our way down to Key West for I think one of our earliest family vacations, me and Linda and Jack and Rebecca, that when we got Jack, we were getting a really excellent extra uncle and a really excellent extra aunt and a really excellent set of cousins. We got a whole family when we got Jack. We feel really lucky to have you.
Thank you. That's very sweet. And I hope you guys, I hope things get better in New Orleans soon because we've heard it's pretty tough down there.
Thank you.
It's pretty tough, but we're doing okay.
Yeah, our family's okay. Our friends are okay.
Well, stay safe. You got a precious one there that makes it all the more important that the two of you stay safe.
Absolutely.
It's true. Love you. Have a good birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh.
Linda, that's the signal that it's time for intermission. Okay?
Okay.
Intermission time. So,
Oh,
who's
no.
that guy? Okay, I gotta go back to the other view here for a sec. Okay.
Oh, no.
Linda, you only thought you were in control.
There it is, Jack.
Yeah,
There's
right.
the old train from the hotel.
Oh,
And I
wow.
got a canoe and a duck from Gary Houston there. So this is just a quick little story. Back in 73, I was living in Banff as a ski bum on the UIC ski team, although that only lasted for about 3 weeks because when I went to get my second pokey check, the guy said to me, well, you know, if you were in Calgary, you'd be able to stay on pokey probably for 6 months, but here in Banff, we're really cutting down because some of the jerks on UIC are staying at the Banff Springs Hotel. So I got cut off. Anyway, I was, I had a place, an old doctor's house, an old doctor's old house in Banff near the Bow Falls. And he finally got permission to tear it down so that he could build a retirement home in Banff. So he came up one weekend in March, spring break, and says, Ron, you got to move out. I'm going to bulldoze the house. So great. I got to find a place to live during spring break and the height of ski season in March. So the first 3 nights I slept in the rink. At least it was warm. And I was asking everybody I knew in town where to live. And that 4th night, I guess, the town says to me, Ron, why don't you come and live with me? I've got a bed in my mom's house in the basement that you can sleep in. And so, well, I thought about it for all of 20 seconds and said, yep, you got it. So I thought, like, this guy was the best storyteller in the Bow Valley, and this was his voice. So I thought, yeah, I'll have stories for the rest of my life. And Kate and our cousin Terry came and joined me that summer and lived in the basement. Terrible as it was, but it was a lot of fun. So Bruce is famous for the great train robbery story. It takes 45 minutes to an hour and a half to tell it, depending on how much of the beer is still flowing at others' expense. But the punchline came down to he went to court. Oh, he took a train from Banff to Canmore and back and got charged with theft. Now, the problem was, as he pointed out to the judge in court, it wasn't robbery, although everybody called it the Great Train Robbery, because there was no weapon, so it wasn't robbery. And he pointed out to the judge that he never left CPR property, so it wasn't theft either. And so he got off. And that's Criminal Law 101. That's a good lesson. Anyway, here's a much shorter story. So one summer day, it's really nice, and Bruce has got up around 3 in the afternoon and decides to go fishing. So he walks down to the bridge over the CPR bridge over the little 40-mile creek that runs into the Bow River, and he's sitting on the railway bridge fishing. And of course, he's got his big fishing basket full of beer, and he's cracking a couple of brewskis, and it's right across the street from the Mountie detachment. So after a while, the sergeant in uniform comes over, says, Bruce, he says, what are you doing? And Bruce says, well, I'm having a beer and fishing. Would you like to join me? I've got a few extra here. And the sergeant says, Bruce, you know I can't drink on duty. So he says, well, yeah, that's too bad. But he says, what's on your mind? And Bruce, the Mountie says, well, Bruce, you know, this is a public place that all these tourists are going by. We can't have you out here on the bridge drinking beer. And he says, well, that's your opinion, but I'll tell you, you don't have any jurisdiction because this is CPR property. So why don't you mosey along and stop interrupting my fishing? So that's the Bruce Beatty story. Yeah. So, okay.
That's a fun.
Back to you, Linda.
I think I did, didn't I? Yeah.
Michael and Paige.
Oh, great.
Happy birthday, Ron. Wishing
Hi,
you the
Paige.
best.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's Michael.
Happy birthday.
And to you.
Oh,
And
thank
to
you. Sorry, I can't really see here. It's
Yeah.
too bright.
Yeah, Mike, is it biology you're taking?
Yeah, very broadly speaking.
Forestry?
Pardon me? No, I said broadly speaking biology. You could consider
Yeah.
it that.
Well, one of the things that's going on with this damn virus is hopefully we're going to get some changes and get some so-called collateral damage that'll be positive. So I'd like to tell you there's a really positive one in the DMZ. That's the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea, which has been shut down since 1956. So for 60 years, roughly, nobody has ever been in the DMZ. So they're finding out that what's happened is that is the best game reserve in the world. Because where else in the world have animals not been interfered with by people? So the biologists are dying to get in there, but it's mined on the edges so you don't go in. But yeah, anyway, you might be able to use that information someday for some research.
Maybe, perhaps.
And the,
Okay,
the South
thanks.
Koreans
I
are
don't
willing
really
to let
know
it
if I
go
want
up
to
there.
travel to the
What's
DMZ.
that? Yeah.
Sounds like risky business.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh,
But yeah,
Paige, I
Oh,
gotta
Mom.
find you here and get you up on the screen. Where are you?
Okay.
I can't find you. Oh, here you are. Okay. Speaker view. Paige.
Hey, Ron.
Hi.
We're
Paige, I
sharing
gotta thank you in front of the family for all you did for Mom, especially in the last couple of years. You took a huge load off my back and let me come home for some, relaxation and just to get away.
Easy to do, Ron, because Jean's a
Well,
good person.
It was
Hey?
just so wonderful of you, the way you helped Mom out and all our family in those last really tough months.
As you did too. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Aaron, Stefan, and Isla. Can we turn to
Here
you?
we are. Mike.
Hi.
Oh my God, there you are. Oh, Isla.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys are outside?
Yep, outside.
Nice.
It's a bit chilly.
I'm jealous. Yeah.
So good to see you there.
Awesome. Isla.
Oh.
What a cutie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Aaron, now your mic's off.
Oh, it's on.
Hi, Stefan.
Hey, Alex. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy Easter.
God, sunglasses. There hasn't been a need for sunglasses here for a month. Hasn't been any sun.
Sunny for a week, but it's pretty cold outside today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Grab me a river. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's good you guys are here.
And I was ringing the church bells this morning, so she put a couple rings in for your birthday as well.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice.
Yeah. Well, you guys just come and visit sometime. Everybody, but yeah, do that.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
it.
when you're out this way, come in and visit. I got a art gallery to show you, so to speak.
Oh, what a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how many eggs you found today.
Now the generations continue, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good to see you. Hey, Emily, can we turn to you?
Bingo.
Hi guys. Been a while.
Hi.
Ron, I hope you have
Emily?
a great birthday. And,
Thank you.
I just wanted to say hi. It's great to see everyone after such a long time.
Yeah,
And,
what's where's your hat? Tell us about this hat?
Oh, I made this thing, let's see, that would have been about 9 years ago now. When I was
Oh,
on
really?
tour. Yeah, we had a
So your
Cowboys
head didn't get so
party.
big that it still fits.
No. If anything, it would have been the hair. But yeah, I hope you have a great birthday. And I just wanted to say, if hockey was going, I'd bet you 25 cents. But guess we're both
I'm
gonna
sorry,
save our
I
money.
missed that.
I
What
just
was
said if hockey was still running, I'd bet you 25 cents. But I guess we're
Oh,
both gonna
that's
save
a
our
very
money.
good amount because you really know that's the tradition, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
25 cents, yeah.
Because that's a lot of Easter egg.
It used to come most of the time here, special delivery.
Unfortunately.
Especially when it was the Canucks. And Ross, I know you've never forgiven Calgary, but when we beat you guys in Game 7 in '89 in overtime in the first series on a terrible deflection off a skate, that got us into round 2, and we won the Stanley Cup that year. But that's how close we were to not even getting into the second round.
And they've admitted that was an illegal goal.
Yeah, but Tampa Bay even got up with us 8 years later. But anyway, we can chat about that another time. Yeah, thanks, Em. Good to see you.
Good to see you
And
guys.
where are you right now?
I'm in Campbell River, just not at mom and dad's. I'm gonna stay
Yeah.
separate, you know.
Yeah, what kind of place you got?
Oh, it's just an apartment. Pretty small.
Oh, that's not just an apartment. It's your apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and 4 others.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So we're going to go from Campbell River to Toronto. Hey, Megan.
Hi, Megan.
What's up?
That's an app.
Yeah, it's a very nice.
Very nice hat. Show us your house, your room a little bit here. Most of us probably haven't seen it.
No.
Okay?
No.
Well, you
not
got
right
you got a
yet.
few empty hooks. Few empty hooks still.
Very true. Very
Yeah. Yeah.
well, happy birthday, Ron. I am terrible at speeches, but I thought I would do a little song for you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, because that's really all I can do. So it's my one talent. So
Many talents.
Okay. I sit flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train, and it's feeling near as faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed the diesel down just before it rained. It rode us all the way to New Orleans. I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slipping time. I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that Bobby knew. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing, don't mean nothing if it ain't free. And feeling good was easy loud when it sang the blues. You know, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, there Bobby shared the secrets of my soul. Through all kinds of weather, through everything we done. Yeah, Bobby, baby, kept me from the cold. One day near Upsalina's heart, I let him slip away. But he's looking for that home, and I hope he finds it. But I trade all the tomorrows for a single yesterday to be by his body that's mine. Freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose, nothing. But that's all Bobby left me, yeah. But feeling good was his love when he sang the blues. Hey, feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. That's it.
Oh my God, Megan, that was fabulous. Any reason for that song particular?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not very good with country, but I love Janice, so.
Yeah, no, but that's one of my favorites, and I was
Amazing.
wondering
That's great. It's one of my perfect.
like you just put that song,
Yeah, instinct.
or did you know that was one that I really liked?
It was instinct. I love that song, so I thought it was.
Oh well, that's awesome. All the more special. Then.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you know me pretty well to figure
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
out.
There you go. I think that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very much. I'll remember that.
Alright.
It's a good thing you put that
Cheers.
drink down for a little bit there, Megan, because you were like,
And Megan, all the best on your new path.
Oh, thank
new
you.
journey.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Good for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cheers, Ron. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Oh yeah.
Fair.
So we're going to stay in Toronto and go to Pete and Rebecca before we go back to Campbell River to Ross and Sandy.
Okay. Hi.
Happy birthday,
Hi.
Ron.
Thank
So,
you.
on your birthday, you've somehow made it about everybody else. And I feel like that's a very good way to describe you. You're very generous and open-hearted. And I was thinking about when you just said that you like to try to think about how you would define a person by one word. And as you said that, the thing that I could only think about you is that you're lovely. It encompasses a lot about who you are as a person, and how lovely you've been welcoming me and my sister, and then as we got married, our families into your family, and you are endlessly generous and just so lovely. So happy birthday, and we miss you very much, and I hope that when all of this is over, we get to see you very soon in person.
Thank you,
But
Rebecca.
cheers to you.
Yeah. Where are you, Chris? Is he there?
Pete.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Pete. You there? Is Pete with you right now?
Little girl, so he's taking care of Amelia right now. But
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that music will get the two of you through this hard time.
it's working out well so far.
I hope so, because that's a lot of your identity. So great. And are you working from home?
I am. I'm working from home.
And how's that going?
It's going okay. It's a learning curve for sure. But it's tomorrow will be the start of the 4th week of working from home. So I feel very lucky.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of us are making a lot of adjustments. So thank you very much. That was very kind.
Happy birthday, Mama.
Thanks. Yeah. Where are we going now?
Hi, guys.
Now, it's such a big screen.
Ah,
Okay, Ross, I just wrote down a couple of points to make what I wanted to mention. And like Mannings and Pearpoints who are around, or a wedding or any kind of special event, you're always there. And I appreciate that. God, this is weird, talking to yourself. Sorry, I'll talk up there. Yeah, I just, you're always there for everybody. And you always have been, because I've known you for 67 years, and you always show up to all the family events you can. And right across the board of generations and families, and you're kind of a constant in a way, like if you're there, you know the Mannings, you know the McKays, and of course you know the Pearpoints.
You're not 67.
Okay, 66. I'll be 67 at some point. And the fact that you're willing to speak at events when a speaker's needed and a story is needed. You've got a story, and you deliver it with heart, and connect everybody, right? And I just was going to point out that, yeah, you're a teacher by profession, but you're actually a teacher by nature. And I know as a kid, okay, first of all, you were way older than me. and it seemed like, you were kind of this generation, you and Jack, you weren't the same generation, because you liked my parents and hung out with my parents and stuff. And you have a very strong connection with that generation, which is great, just because of the difference in ages. Get my point there. The teaching part, yeah. Just that I remember as a kid always listening to you with great intent, because you always had something interesting to share, like the little tidbit for Michael. It's just like there's never-ending little tidbit of fascinating information. So yeah, thanks for being there for everybody all these decades, Pierre, and being such a good family guy and being everybody's uncle. And yeah, thanks, Pierre. So happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Sandy. When you had a little pause there, you'll probably remember this and maybe others won't, but there was a time when you had a little pause and I said, breathe, Sandy.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do. Yeah, thanks for that. That was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Ross.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, Ron, when one of the first people I ever met in Campbell River back in '82, that you knew him from your ski bum days. Jerry Bracewell, remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, from what was it, the King Edward and band?
Yeah, he was an RCMP that became a bartender, and he was the best bartender ever. And I'm going, too bad he didn't stay in the RCMP and straighten them out.
Well, in the end, he should just have been arrested.
Yeah. Well, oh God. I often tell the Rod Brindamore story about no foreign languages in the dressing room. I make good use of that story. It's quite a story, and you should share it with the rest of us if you want.
Well, he's not a big talker, but when he talks, he says a few words. And he was talking about, I guess you heard about Tom Webster dying the other day, and he was their associate coach. Yeah. Rod's not a big talker, but he's a solid guy.
Yeah.
We get a few things down the chain, which is kind of nice to get inside things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, keep up the great photography, Ross. It'll really help you through this tough time, and your creativity, Sandy. Those are awesome gifts.
Thanks.
Cheers to you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think it's over to me. Am I right, Linda?
Right.
Okay. So it won't come as a great surprise that I've got a few slides. Actually, quite a few. But before I do that, I talked to Reg and Muriel this morning, and they'll call later. They don't like Zoom, which is fine. But they said he'd talk to you later, but be sure to mention that. And Andrew and May Merrily send greetings. They also
Oh, really?
aren't Zoom fans, and then time and stuff, but they sent their greetings. And Florence and Terry and Jerry, the same. They won't do Zoom, but you'll be hearing from them in a variety.
Well, they're afraid that it'll give a virus, and when they're afraid of anything, you don't question that, because they have pretty strong views on all the conspiracy theories in the world.
Well, whatever.
That's what
Anyway.
makes this family so friggin' interesting, is we don't all think alike.
Okay, so I'm going to try and see if this is going to run on for a little while, so be patient. But there's some new old ones.
Okay, well, keep the commentary going while you're doing it, please.
Well,
yeah.
well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Come on. Why isn't it? Oh, there we are. Some of these are pretty early.
Yeah, well, that's just before the fire. Yeah.
Front desk.
Tell the people about the keys. The travelers used to come in the middle of the night, right? Pick their own keys and go to the room, not wake anybody up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A Scottish
That's Bill and Sandy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Julie.
Yeah. Yeah. That's our dad, folks.
There's your ice rink.
Yeah. Yeah. First King. Brilliant dog. These are the ringer baseball players that Dad brought in from the States to win a bunch of tournaments and keep the bar full.
There's Red.
Baseball team, everybody drank at the bar and you made a lot of money. So, yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. He used to call me Steam Shovel, Adrian. That was my nickname. That's you, Kate. Oh, yeah. Robin Hood. Yeah. Boy, you're finding a lot of photos. Julie, Doug, and myself. Yeah. Well, Jack, you comment. Yeah.
Well, no, you're doing fine.
Yeah, that's about 15 years old.
I was in Scotland, actually in London.
Okay, yeah. I still have that photo up somewhere.
That's Bam.
That's the house we lived in with the drunk. Yeah. Yeah,
that's the Huskies.
Huskies. Red Wings. That was the Detroit team at the time.
Can't see your black eye there, but it's there.
These two guys played in the NHL for about 15 years.
Donovan Badgers.
Yeah. There's Lyle.
Dad in the back.
Lyle Pearpoint. I had hair once, you guys.
Me too, Ronnie.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, backgammon. I don't know about that. Okay. Mom and I went to the Olympic opening ceremony together. Yeah. Oh boy, I was slim then. That's what it looks like today. God.
That's inside.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the Marshall clan. There we are. I'm in, that's a locomotive.
How much does that mountain weigh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the question.
That was when we got blown away.
We got blown away in our tent.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my favorite t-shirt. Still got it, but it doesn't fit. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, you found a lot of slides, my friend. That was, we chartered a boat for the family in Vancouver for a day. Yeah, that was great. Yeah. Mim's wedding. Yeah. 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 That's at your place, Jack?
Yep.
Okay.
That's film.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, lots of family dinners in our history. I've still got this photo somewhere. Yeah. And that's Mom's, what, 70th?
70th, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We had a good family reunion in Saskatoon for that one. Hey, Kate, you jump in here too. Oh boy, yeah, Mac. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are pretty good. I guess people know where that is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Campbell River.
Yeah. Well, you gave me that.
Yep.
That vest. And that's the Salmon House area. Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty good. One of the great parties at Aunt Catherine and Max. Yeah. Wow, boy, you put a lot of time in finding all these. Don't know where that is. Doesn't matter.
Tea country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. Oh, that's in Australia.
Oh, really?
That was
That one's on the Blue Note.
kangaroo. That was a kangaroo.
Okay. Well, that one's in Australia. That's Sydney.
Yeah, yeah. We went to the zoo there.
And that's my party in Toronto.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of the weddings. That's New Orleans wedding. That's
Yep. That's
yeah.
Laura and Chris's.
Laura and Chris. Yeah. Yeah. And
that's Pete and Rebecca.
yeah. Yeah. And that's that famous restaurant, John, in New Orleans that you took us to.
Yep.
I think that's New Orleans as well.
Yep.
And that's one of the river boats. I still want to do a cruise on a river boat on the Mississippi, but that might be a while out now. Yeah. Yeah, there's Jim. I'm trying to get a bigger screen here now. Are there slides still running, Jack?
Yep.
Okay, somehow I've lost them. Just give me a second. You can pause it.
I can play it for you later. But
okay.
There's not many more to go.
Oh, there we are. But that's me now, so.
That was your birthday at Kate's. Another feast.
Well, I've been trying to jump around. I've lost track of what's going on here. Hmm. Oh, there we are. Okay, back. Yeah. Yeah.
Rundle.
That's one of your shots. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and we end with the great train robbery.
There you are. Now remember, it wasn't a robbery and it wasn't a theft.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that was super. Thank you very much.
Okay. So we'll get rid of that.
Okay. Well, there we are. We're back. Okay, that's great. Well, yeah. Right.
So Ron, it's over to me.
Okay.
With gratitude, you welcomed me from the start. You are of great and generous heart. A man with a love of travel that can tell a story with a voice of gravel, honoring Bruce Beatty and the Canadian Pacific, the great train robbery, to be specific. Your curiosity knows no bounds, including questions of border guards and their sounds. We admire your love of that camper van and a good wander like no other. You are a great son, nephew, uncle, cousin, friend, and brother. I love how you love Rebecca, Laura, Chris, Pete, and Hazel. All I can say is birthday congratulations. In Yiddish, that would be Mazel Tov. Happy birthday, Ron.
Thank you, Linda. And you're such an accomplished organizer. Thank you for putting these last 2 weeks on, because it's just been awesome. And, you know, Jack, I don't know what to say. I can't ask for a better brother.
Well, I think that, that's the closer.
Well, no,
Well,
it's not.
It's not.
I got a couple of things I need to do, you guys.
Okay.
Just want to thank everybody in the extended family in our community for being such wonderful people. I am going through a little bit of cabin fever right now, and that's not unusual for me in April if I've been in Calgary all winter, because it's a long one and this one's really much tougher. So yeah, couple of things here. I find that it's hard to feel useful when we're isolated like this. So today's been really good for just getting out of that a little bit. I've had a weight problem all my life, and I know it's really time to seriously fight it. So I'm asking for everybody's help. And I don't know. All I can say is the way I've been working it hasn't worked. So I'm going to do what I used to hear when I went to university in Saskatoon. On the way in every morning on the radio, people would phone in and say, "Hi, this is Ron Pearpoint, and I'm going to try to lose 5 pounds in the next 2 months." And then they get reinforcement from all their friends. So that's kind of what I'm asking for here. But it's really hard for you too, because you're not sure if you say things, whether you're being helpful and encouraging, or if it's going the other way, maybe you're shaming me. So if you don't bring it up, that's fine too. But I know I got to work on that, because there's a lot of people that are worth living for. So that's that. And I guess I'll end on that. This has been fabulous. Thank you. One other thing I've noticed is a lot of people, the shadow side is coming out, the dark side, and there's a lot of stress and tension, and that's happening, and we can't really control how other people behave toward us. but we can control how we react to their behavior. So if we can focus on that, it shouldn't bother us quite so much. But I think it's important with all the unusual things going on that we're all a little more careful than we usually are. So happy Easter, everybody, and thanks so much for today. And this was quite a bit longer than I thought it would be, but it's all been good. So thanks very much.
Well, you wanted to chat with everybody, and that's what we've done.
That's for sure.
Wasn't quite a free-for-all, but everybody got their licks in, and
Yeah.
even a few
Oh.
compliments.
I recognize that T-shirt you're wearing. I think
Yes, you should.
somehow stand up so everybody can see it.
I
eh?
just gotta, where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
On the,
Can you see the whole thing?
Did you see that?
Well, I was wearing that T-shirt one day on the LRT in Calgary, a similar T-shirt, and there was a drunk native person sitting across from me, and he was slurring his words and stuff. And when I got up to get off, he looked at me and he put his thumb up and he said, "Good T-shirt, man."
Oh, good.
Kate, you got something there?
Hey?
Kate?
Doc had one like
Yeah.
it too. Went to look for it, but I discovered it was this one instead. Hold on.
Yeah, well, that's good. Let's see it.
Nick's got great art.
Yeah.
I guess,
Did you guys get to read the caption on that T-shirt, or just see the?
I
And
thought
security?
it was the same one, but it's not.
The original founding fathers, yes,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome.
Jack, I don't know if have they seen what yours says at the bottom though.
Stand up.
No, we did not.
Well, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
fighting terrorism, say 1492.
Yeah. And that's Geronimo, guys. That's for
sure. That's for sure.
They were the last tribe to hold out against the U.S. military.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kate, did you have something there?
Yes, actually, I do. So,
Oh, you still got? I was looking for that.
oh,
then
no, I know.
it never
Can you-
got here.
Hang on. Okay, so Ron, I'm regifting. So this was actually your 70th birthday present.
I know.
And somehow I didn't get it to you. How did that happen? Anyway, you're being regifted, and it will get back to you. Oh, and there's another one. Wait.
No, show him.
He needs to go into the computer.
This is made by.
What Katie uses on me when I'm a bad boy.
Yeah. I might not give it up, but anyway, it's it was made by Pete Sidler. He custom made this for Ron. It's just so beautiful and so awesome. Sorry, Ron, I'll get it to you. Anyway, and then there was another gift. Now, I don't quite understand it, but it was from Jack Linda.
Shovel.
It's a shovel for everybody's bullshit.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
And it's quite lovely. Can you feel like? I mean, it's kind of awesome. It's kind of an art.
Yeah.
Piece. But anyway, so that'll get to you eventually. But I mean, right now it's kind of hard. But
yeah.
we will get it to you. I might drive it out. It was just
well,
like.
you could do that, but if I drive down to your wedding, I can pick them up.
You'd have to
There
bring
you
the van.
go.
Yeah, well, that's how
Perfect.
I'd come. Yeah.
Not doing a wedding, doing a party.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I have no idea what she's doing.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Don't do it tomorrow. You're
No, God.
sure, man.
Well, thank you, everybody. This has been awesome. I'll never forget this. And probably most of you will remember it just because it's kind of unique to do this on your first Easter that you've ever done this.
That's right. So
Yeah.
everybody raise your glass.
You guys get big.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Pam. Best brother.
Yeah.
Bye,
No,
Ron.
He's
Happy
from the
birthday.
holodeck.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter,
Guys. Happy birthday, Ron.
Thanks, Linda and Jack.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah.
Usual.
Yeah. Well, it says your internet connection is unstable, just like me. Yeah.
All of
Yeah.
us, Ron, all of
Which
us.
is the best pickup line I ever heard was, let's see, at Sunshine Village on Easter one year. He was flirting with this young lady, and he asked her something, and she said, well, I'm divorced, you know, and his quirk was, well, that's good. You're a little unstable like all the rest of us. Oh, God. Okay, you guys, I gotta let you go. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ronnie, take care.
Here, happy birthday.